Hello, I know you're probably saying, why haven't you uploaded a Last Life Beetroot video in almost a month? That's because of two things. My audio corrupted, and I'm very lazy. If you don't like inconsistent uploads, you're in the wrong place. Read my About page. This will just be me talking about what happened on Session 2 and 3. And once I upload this video, I'll start working on Session 4. Also, I have a new microphone, and we are going to be taking a break until January for these, because most people have schoolwork in December. So let's just get through this. So I spawned in with mic issues again, forgetting to change my skin and talk to some of the new players that joined this session. Side note, this was the last time new players could join. After that conversation happened, I went out to hunt for mobs, for maybe gunpowder and other things. And after a few mobs, a zombie villager appears. I lead it back to my previous base, which took forever because zombies are slow and so is water and the server. I laid it in and put it in a boat so I can use it later. After troubleshooting Groot's microphone, I went out hunting for mobs again when I found another fucking zombie villager. After almost blowing up my entire entrance up, I let the other one into my boat. After that happens, I tend to my crops when this player called Evaporational came into my doorstep. He wanted Honeybee for the deal that they agreed on, which was Honey would give Evap full diamond armor in exchange for all of his lives. Honey had no intent to do the deal fairly and wanted to scam him because he broke the rules many times in the first session. He wanted me to join his group, which I was not interested in because he looked like the 1.17 equivalent of a Hypixel kid. It looked like his plans were not that stable the moment he tried to convince me to join. I refused his offer, stating that I already spent a life on my current alliance, which was a bad idea you will see later, and told him to go away. After not getting the boogeyman role, Winter kills Honey almost instantly and he becomes the first red life on the server. After getting one of my lives so he isn't red anymore, I go down to start mining again and then very quickly find diamonds. After that and the admin using the wrong command, Evaporational gets killed by a zombie bow. I assumed that this was just a boogie kill, but I later discover it was probably against the rules. After going to the surface, the zombie bow kills Evaporational again, which should be illegal, but the admin let it slide because Evap wanted to die for some reason. Not sure why, but okay. After this, I get interrupted by Chick-fil-A and eat it while gaming. A few seconds after I asked if zombie bow killing Evap was legal, telling PNA was poked to death by Sweet Berry Bush whilst trying to escape a skeleton, which is one of the longest death messages I've seen in-game. Anyway, they died because their friends would not tell them where they were, which is why I am glad I did not join that alliance at all. Anyways, later I find the village that I spawned in on the failed Session 0, get in the house, and eat my Chick-fil-A while saying why Evaporational's plan of getting to red and going ham is a flawed strategy, especially in the early game, where it's hard to get allies because mostly everyone is green. He did this strategy because he thought the entirety of Last Life Beetroot was a battle royale, like that popular Fortnite game that is still somehow trending in 2021. After getting lucky with Enderman, I meet some people I've never seen before and find Honey and Chief exploring. I actually forgot what they were looking for, and I follow them until we encounter Evaporational. But he is red this time, which isn't that scary because he's outnumbered and he hasn't enchanted his gear. After an infinite number of signs, I finally realized that I was using the wrong skin halfway into the session, and some more microphone issues later, we meet up with Chap and his gang. Then telling PNA dies to berry bushes again and turns into the third red life on the server. After that, Chap lets us enchant at the cost of 1 diamond. I enchant most of my gear, but I couldn't enchant my bow, and when I asked to enchant again, he refused, probably because my mic was quiet at the time. I decide to go to the nether and find Chap trapped because of a ghast. Before we leave, telling PNA dies for the final time and is now the first player eliminated from Last Life Beetroot. After that death, one of my zombie villagers are killed by wolves, and Groot dies to a skeleton. I explore until I find Luigi in the base at the end of the world. It's just the world border. Some flashbacks later, Evap kills the defenseless Void Theorist. After a few of Luigi's allies show up, we decide that Chap should not be trusted. And I joined this group because my previous one fell apart. After some secret base snooping and Kingdom dying to a zombie, I meet up with Luigi's group again. We then follow Chap, who is flexing the fact that he got a horse due to getting the perfect seed for Java's pseudo random number generation to give him a saddle. We then start shooting at his horse because we don't trust Chap, especially with a horse. Chap then storms off and we go back to our base, then chase Chap away again, and then go back to our base. Chap then convinces me to not kill his horse because he forgot to let me enchant my bow. I then follow him until he intentionally loses me, and this time I realize how manipulative Chap really is. This is further reinforced after I get back to base and King tells me that Chap always has the enchanter with him, and not at his base like he told me. I get lost, and my favorite part of this session happens. I log out while Chap is greeting me. After that, I join Luigi and we find Shep taming another horse. I killed it but shouldn't have because Luigi was gonna do it funny. We then go back to base talking about YouTube and copyright claims. I then take a screenshot for a thumbnail I'll probably never use since the audio got corrupted. Then I go back to that secret base and make a half-ass outro that I'm glad I'm not using. After looking at the bunker of the secret base, the session came to a close. That marks the end of the second session. I log in to find Evaporational at the not-so-secret part of the secret base. I then leave to my actual base where I name my sword a great almighty name. Some phantom killing later, I head out to my old base and collect the items I don't want others to have. I then return to base where I make a pillar and get into the boat once the boogeyman is chosen. After that, Chap comes to our base and lets me enchant my bow for real this time. After returning home, 2 deaths happen at the same time. Cat kills Groot and Evap kills Chi. Then I chase down Chap down a cave for the hell of it. Then Winter gets his boogie kill. Then Zombie Boat dies to a creeper, and so does Cat. I then start making the border of our territory. Chap then announces a very special deal at spawn, but I decide not to go because it's not worth it. Then Firestorm dies to the fortress. We follow Chap so he can get his horse back, but then we run into the Red Army. After some shots back and forth, they decide to retreat because they are outnumbered. Turns out they were ganging up on Chief. I then instigate them and leave. I get mauled by mobs and decide to return home, only to find the Reds chasing me down. I don't know why they were so persistent. Eventually, everyone but Zombie-Bo decides to stop chasing me. I use this opportunity trying to kill Zombie-Bo, but he combat logged and never joined the server since. I then returned home when Firestorm and Evap showed up at our base. Some shenanigans later, I ward Evap away. Chap arrives, stealing our motherfucking sugarcane for the billionth time. And Firestorm gives us a trade offer. If we don't kill him, he will personally hunt down and eliminate Evaporational from the game. I immediately accept because Evap wasn't the best for personalities on the server. He broke rule after rule and a lot of people didn't like that. Evaporational then goes up a mountain and shoots me. I then decide I want to chase him, but I don't have much food so I decide to bail. Then we catch him snooping on our base and ward him away. Much combat logging later, Evaporational becomes the second player eliminated from the server. After this, combat logging becomes illegal for obvious reasons. After leaking more coordinates, he becomes the first player to get banned on the server. I then start mining, and then stop because mining is boring when you have done it a million times. After some exploring, I decide to help Winter's project by placing dirt. Then I mine trees for an eternity. During that, Chief kills Matt, Chap dies to a creeper twice and to fall damage, and Groot dies in the last 5 minutes of the session. That concludes the third session. So in conclusion, many deaths. God, I hope this doesn't get popular.